Welcome to my channel. This reading will navigate the threshold of the big shifts we are in right now, and there are a lot of planetary shifts happening right now, and we have to deal with a lot of energy and change of energy, and so I want to support by doing this reading about this threshold. And it's about this. These are the cards that I would love to use in these readings. Maybe something else comes up, so I will add to this. I will put them in the description below because some of you asked what are the cards that I'm using, and so I will put them there. If I forget to do this, please remind me to do that. And we're dealing at the moment with Mars retrograde, and it shifted into Cancer. So there was a lot of energy in there that shifted us into our emotional space. And it invites us to be aware of our emotions and our actions. And the sun flares that we experienced in the last days accelerated that a lot. And that was really a big one that we had to deal with. And in a couple of days the nodes would shift signs from Aries to Libra into Pisces and Virgo, and that's a big shift of energy too, because that's a big one. And we will experience this, that our focus and our evolution will shift in a profound way. And the first full moon will happen in a couple of days in Cancer, and this is amplified by Mars being there. And the moon is conjunct Mars retrograde, and it's in square to Aries and a loose square to Chiron, and that's amplifying a lot of healing energies that we can face right now. So that's a threshold we are in right now, and we can decide what is the seed we want to seed in our life in these big shifts that are happening. So that's our choice, and I want to take a look in every sign that we have, and to look into the energies that are coming up, the themes that may rise up for you. And I am following my intuition in the how I want to read to the signs. So that's not in a specific order. It's just I follow my intuition to do this. And so please stay with me and allow me to do this in my specific order, because that's how intuition works. And as always, I invite you to take your own intuition to look at the images of the cards and to find the things that are talking to you. And it can't resonate for everyone. It's just take what resonates and leave the rest, and always be aware that this is you are the one who is making the choices. So your intuition is the right one. I cannot know what is happening in your life, but you know. And if this resonates in your life, that's beautiful. And it's a timeless reading, although it is happening in this beginning of January 2025. But it's a timeless reading. You can come back and see if it resonates. I often do this in readings, to come back if it resonates later, and if it gets clear in a future moment where we come back and see, oh, that's what was happening. So I'm really grateful that you are here, and I'm grateful that I can read for you. And so let's dive into the signs. Welcome, Taurus, to your how to navigate the threshold and the big shift we are in right now. And we want to see what is happening in your life right now and where you are heading. And so I will take 3 of these cards to lead us in. I think this is the right one. And we'll see where we are heading. And we have a message, and we have a bouquet, and we have a heart. And that seems to be something that is a message. That's a really lovely message that is heading towards you. And this can be a romantic love. This can be an invitation to be in relationships with someone. This can be a relationship of any kind, because but it's a heartfelt. It's really a heartfelt message that is on the way and heading your way to get a loving relationship into growth. And that feels like a lovely message for you. So we'll see what is the next information we get, because maybe that's the threshold. you want to get this message, or maybe it gets you, if you get this message, it gets you in the place where you feel like you are on a threshold right now to make a decision that you are not used to do. So we'll see where this is heading. And I think it's this one. And there we have the confirmation for the message. And it's the message where you, and it can be something, that's about Virgo. It's about your it's about a sixth house matter. It can be something in your working place, can be something about healing. And I feel that this is about healing, and it's about healing through growth. And it's about healing through, that's a really friendly card. If we look at the message and the flowers, that is like a friendly message that is in a really loving place. And whatever that is, it is about communication in a specific way that is healing you in a specific way. I don't know what it is, but it's about healing, and it's about your own independence. For me, Virgo is often about a step-by-step process, and maybe that's something that you are in right now, to get something moving, to get something working for yourself. And this is the step-by-step process that is connected to communication. But you get help in a way, because that's what this is for me about. Someone is offering you something out of love, and that's beautiful. And if you are in a personal hardship right now, this is the full moon in Cancer. We have the full moon in Cancer in a couple of days, and that's where Mars is in the moment. And it's like you are stepping into the solution of your issue. And that's whatever that issue is. I cannot know, right? But it is, you're stepping into the solution right now, because you've got the full moon in Cancer. That is in a couple of days. So it is reaching its resolution quickly. And it's by offering you something that is about your growth, that's about your step-by-step growth, and it's helping you to step into the greatness of your own heart. That's what I feel as well. So maybe someone is helping you by promoting something, by talking about the processes that are now available to you, because you have to offer something. That's coming with the flowers as well. It's like we give flowers, right? And we give flowers out of love often. When we get into a place of other people, we are invited for something, then we bring flowers. We bring flowers for our loved ones. We do all of these beautiful things. And that's what you get right now. You get something because you gave something. You are invited to something. And that can be the message that is heading your way, and that is connected in some way to your issues, because it helps you to resolve them. And Virgo always in this, whatever this issue is about, and Virgo in your case is in your fifth house. Yes, it's in your fifth house. Yeah, I had to think about it for a moment. So yes, it's in your fifth house. So that is it can be something about a creative project. The fifth house can be about a creative project. The fifth house can be about a loved one, falling in love with someone. Maybe someone fell in love with you. And that's the message that comes your way. And we'll see what's in the shadow. I want to know what's in the shadow right now. This one, and what's in the light, that's this. And we want to know what's in the shadow and what's in the light. And I have the feeling that this is the shadow side, and there we saw the light. What's in the shadow? In the shadow right now, what you don't see coming is a fulfillment and a dream and a wish come true. And that's really amazing. That's really something. A wish coming true on an emotional level that you maybe don't know that you wish for. So the Nine of Cups is for me a real wish fulfillment. It is something that is heading your way, and this pelican is like the fish is flying in their mouth. I don't know how it is called, but it is flying in there, right? And that's what you don't see coming, is that it is just heading your way, and you didn't do anything for it. And I think this is connected to this, because this is the lower world is the hidden treasures that come with us meeting our demons, right? This is where we do the work, and that's where you headed. Your 8th house is Sagittarius, so where you had the last years, you stepped into this area where you faced your demons, and where you stepped into the adventure of finding the treasure in this lower world, in this hidden realm where we have to face our patterns. And I think that's what you did, because you are in, even that you are a fixed sign, you had to face a lot of tension in the last years, and you had to face a lot of things in your higher learning, because the Pluto went through your 9th house. So you had to learn a lot through transformation. this can be a difficult thing. But now it went into the 10th house, and now it's changing your appearance in the outer world. It's changing your career. It's changing everything in your status. And even can change your status in love. That can mean something like, if we change our status, we can be married, we can be divorced, right? We can be single, we can be in relationship. That's all changing status. And it's changing status is stepping from being employed in stepping into self-employment or into entrepreneurship. So it is changing a lot, and it gives you a lot of emotional abundance to allow this to happen, because you did the work by stepping in this adventure of experiencing this change in your life. And now the South Node moves through your 7th house, moves into your 5th house, and that's like moving into this house of Virgo, and that's the 5th house. It can dissolve all the stories about victimhood, about being stuck, about being in a specific dynamic in relationship. It dissolves all of that. And that's a beautiful thing, I guess, because now you're stepping out of, and the North Node, and I want to add this, the North Node was in your 12th house. So you stepped into these unknown patterns without knowing it, you know. The North Node went through Aries, and it brought you into the place where you had to face all of these things. And you experienced the relief that comes with facing all of them, that comes with stepping into these gifts that come with the darker side of us, and even the darker side of Aries that's in your 12th house. It can be something like egotistical behavior, or you stepped into the Aries part where it's about other people being in a specific way that you were afraid of. And you stepped into this unknown realm of the 12th house to see what is really there, and to have the gifts that come with it. And this is you stepping into the fullness of your own emotions. That's really beautiful. And now the whole shift, this threshold you are on, is to really step into this one, to get into the place of when the North Node is heading into your 11th house, where how can you get this in, how can you see this in the real world? And there we have the what is in the light. We have the Knight of Cups, and we have taming the wind. And we have the second card, that is the Rainmaker. You know, and the Knight of Cups is the one exploring the emotions that they experienced, right? And it's the boldness that comes with this experience that you had to face to step into the lower world. And it's the experience you had by allowing this to be a commitment to your own emotions. And this can be difficult for a Taurus, right? To step into this area where you are committed to yourself, and where you are committed to your emotions, and where you are able, taming the wind, are able to handle your emotions and handle other people's emotions. And that's where the big change is happening. You know that you stepped into this area and handled your emotions, right? You stepped into this adventure, and you I guess you were really, and at one point you felt like you would be stuck in these patterns, and it's moving forwards. This night we can see this. This is like you could handle the things, the old patterns that came your way, and use them to manifest. That's the rainmaker, right? Manifesting. It's the king and queen of manifestation. To use emotions as a tool to step into these, not to use them in a manipulative way, to see that your emotions and to be comfortable in your emotions is something that really creates the life that you really want to experience. And this is, for me, this Knight of Cups is howling to the ancestors. So you as a fixed sign, I think you had a lot of I want to say duty, but it's not really a duty. I just for the lack of words, I say duty, but it's an obligation isn't the right word as well. So I don't know. It is like you have been offered. That's a better word to say it. You have been offered to step out of your fixation into the abundance of your emotions, not to stay connected in the place where and fixed in the place where you have been, and to heal your ancestry with it, because maybe this stuckness was connected to you by your ancestry. You are like on the cross of the fixed signs, and you stepped into this without knowing what you do, and you had to face a lot of difficult emotions of other people. That's what I feel, that you had to learn how to tame the wind. You had to learn how to tame your own emotions. And maybe that's what kept you in this place of feeling. You always come back to this place where you have to face these people, where you have to face a specific kind of behavior. And you saw that there was an evolution in there. There was a change of energy in there, but you didn't feel that you can get out of it. And that's what you did in an unconscious way. You stepped step by step by step by step. You did the Virgo work, step by step by step by step, to step into the next phase of your life. And that is like in the 5th house, to step into a new kind of love, a new kind of falling in love, being in love, creating. That is what you did, step by step by step by step. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So it is about your creation. It's about you communicating in the place where you are passionate about. You communicating as well as communicating and healing with it. And it's the work you did before that brought you into this place, just moving forwards and howling to this task that came through the ones that moved before you, or that walked this path before you. And you did a really good job in healing these ancestry paths, because that's what's coming next. That's on this threshold. You step into the love you came here to experience. And whatever this love is about, you feel like, I have no idea how I did this. I have no idea how to do this. That's not something you can do. That's something this pelican gets something without knowing how to do it, because he didn't hunt for the fish. It just flies towards him. And so that is something you don't expect coming as well, that you get the rewards that came with all this hero's journey. I wanted to say hero's journey of yours, and that's overcoming the fixed area of your life. That's a hard thing to do, and I think that this Pluto being in your 9th house helped you with this. It was a difficult thing, because on one hand you had this south node or this north node confronting all the things in the area where you have no power in. That's the 12th house is like something we don't have really conscious access to, but it's a highly spiritual area of your life, and the connection of Pluto in Capricorn and the North Node in Aries got you to the last steps you had to take. And with the moon, Mars in Leo, and being retrograde in your 4th house into your 3rd house, that meant that you had to face a lot of cracking open the fixedness, I would say. Pluto stepping into your Aquarian house in your 10th house will do the rest, to show you that there is no need to be stuck in a place, because it will bring you out in the world so that you can be seen. And that's a beautiful confirmation to have this unease and this hesitant behavior comes from the stuck place of the Taurus, right? And that's the journey you had in your 12th house, moving into this 12th house, North Node, Aries, into your own intuition, and following this intuition because it led you into the place where you could handle the emotions that kept you stuck in a place as well. So that is like you stepped into your own power of handling emotions, of embodying emotions as well, and to step into the clarity that comes with it. So that's a really beautiful thing. And I guess that you are not in the place right now where you received this message, but it's the promise that this loving message and these emotions coming at you. You stepped into your intuition out of the unease that comes with this fixity that you held you in place, and stepped into the intuition. And the next phase is to receive the messages of love that can show you that you were on the right path, because that's what allowed you to manifest. You know, manifestation isn't about, oh yes, you have to do this step, you have to do this step, and you have to do this step. That's what you are a master builder as a Taurus. But one thing you had to do is to face the things that came before you, that came in your emotions and in the places that you didn't have access to. You had to face this lower world where all your emotions came from, where all the fears reside, and to find the places that you can heal, and where you can get a gift from all of these patterns, places, relationships, dynamics. And then to step into the fullness of your own emotions without knowing that you did all of this, because it's you don't see it. But you feel that you did the right thing, and then you create from this place because you know now you are sure about your fears, about your emotions, and you got a grip on them. Taming the Wind is for me a card where you can see that someone is handling their own emotions and knowing where they come from. And that's the beauty in this, is you can see where these emotions came from, and now you can see the meaning of them. I want to see this, and I want to see this, and see these, and I want to see this one. And so we'll see where this is heading. You did a great job, Taurus, in facing these fears, facing these places of darkness, the places of the lower world where you allowed yourself to experience yourself in relationship, in all of these patterns that come with relationships. Now I have to put it again in the right place. And you did a great job in stepping into this responsibility for yourself. And and you did a job for your ancestors as well, but it came from a place where you stepped into being responsible for your own self, because you realized that some of your issues come from this place where you don't know the dynamics underneath. And that's the beauty that came with all of this realization, that you faced the fears that came with it. And you stepped into your intuition, and you allowed yourself to grow into your intuition again. Sometimes we are traumatized in a way. Sometimes we experience things that in our childhood where we don't trust our intuition anymore, because we are not supposed to, because we have to deal with the people in our life, and this can be highly traumatic and traumatized people as well. And so we have to put down our ability to see the red flags. And this journey that you were on brought you into the place where you can see the red flags again, where you can set boundaries, where you can say, no, I'm not available for this anymore. I can tame my own emotions. I can tame myself stepping into the same dynamics again and again and again. I don't want to do this because I want to receive something, and I can see this today. And that's a beautiful thing, because you healed yourself in this beautiful place of communication, creation that you stepped into. And then you became the master builder that you are, because you owned your emotions, you owned the whole processes. That's really beautiful, Taurus. And that's where you owned the spark, your intuition. That's what I meant. You know, this owning your intuition and moving step by step into your own healing from the old wounds that you came with. And that's the old wounds. You have to find a step-by-step process to find into your intuition again, to trust your intuition again. And that's what you did. Facing these old wounds, and these are old wounds, you know, they keep us tied, right? And that's what you did. You mastered your mind. And that's what the King of Swords does, right? He masters his mind. And he is able to keep his mind in check, because he knows that the mind does a lot of things that keep us from experiencing the world as it really is. Because it tells us a story. The mind tells us a story. What does it mean? Oh, that means that this. No. So you mastered your mind, and you stepped into and this is a beautiful card for you as a flow of life, That's like flowing energy, flowing between these two people, and it allowed you to step into this area of flow, to make the right choices, because you felt the energy between other people and you. And that doesn't have to be about romantic love, but it is, for me, it is a choice that you make, you are about to make in your life, because you did the work. So you can feel, oh, this doesn't feel right. And instead of doing something about it to make it happen, you tame your own thoughts about it. And you follow your own intuition, and you trust your intuition to move away from those experiences. And then something comes along the way where you can't choose, and you don't know what to choose. So this is a lot of opportunity to step into the next area of your life, and that's the same as the pelican, the energy flowing towards the pelican. That's what you don't expect coming. That there will be a lot of opportunities for you to choose from, and you have no idea what to do. And this is the invitation to step back, to sit down for a moment, to connect to the higher realms. And that's what you learned in this whole journey you were on, is to connect to the higher realms. And this can even be that you, and I will leave this open, because that's something that you have to decide what is in your life. This can mean that someone is showing up that is like a mentor to you, like how to show up, how to be in this abundant place that you step into, and that is helping you to actualize this opportunity, and to step into the abundance that you are here to experience. And this can be with the Pluto in Aquarius, someone showing up in your life as a mentor. But it can be even you stepping into the place of being a mentor for other people, to allow them to unfold this emotional healing process as you did. And this can be about the patterns to overcome, the patterns that you learned how to face them, how to face your side of it, how to face the emotions, and how to overcome the manifestations that come from your emotions. Because that's what it was all about, right? You manifested relationships that you didn't want to experience. And then you stepped into, instead of working on other people and trying to fix them, you realize that there is something inside of you that is creating this dynamic. And you stepped into it. You already did. And now you're getting the rewards, and you have no idea what to do with it, because that is what is heading your way. You have no idea what to do with it. And that's an invitation to keep a little bit of your energy for yourself. That's often a card that is felt like she is like keeping the world outside in her bubble. But for me, it feels like keep your energy sacred for yourself. Keep a little bit, don't give it away, give everything away, That's the next step of your intuition, knowing when something is to give it away, and when to keep it. And then we have the third 7. So for me, the 3 7s are like the spiritual path you are on. That's and we don't have the Seven of Swords. So that's for me a really great sign, because the Seven of Swords were the sevens you were often connected to. That feels like you met people who betrayed you, who you met people who were not on your level of integrity. And that's what you had to face, the hardship that came with it, the hurt that came with it, and the belief about other people. And that's where you stepped in to see where these patterns came from, where these people came from. And you searched in the right direction, because you searched in your own history, in your own stories, in your own emotions. You searched for the reason for this. And this is your development, your spiritual development that you were on. And that's North Node in Aries, right? That's where you were on. You headed into the right place. You grew spirituality spiritually in a way that is beyond measure, because you realized it's me creating this. And I want to step out of it, not by healing other people, by healing myself and my ancestry, because that isn't your fault. Your experience isn't your fault. It's your fixed way of staying connected to this area of your life where you attracted the wrong people. And I want to say they are not the wrong people, because they brought you into the place where you realized, wait a minute, I cannot fix anybody if I stay in this story, and if I don't heal myself from all of these patterns. And this is stepping out of victimhood. That's a great thing. You did a really great job, because you stepped out of this victimhood and stepped out of telling yourself a story, and you will be rewarded for it, because now you can create and manifest from the place you really want to manifest, because that's how you show up as the Taurus that you are. Grounded and now sure about the manifestation you want to bring into your life. And even if someone shows up that has a little bit of this in their life, your intuition will kick in, because now you can see the the red flags. Now you can see the red flags, and that's really beautiful. I am blown away by your reading, Taurus, because you did such a great job. And Virgo is heading into Virgo is in your 5th house. So what is happening now is the South Node is walking through your 5th house and changing the last things that are placed there in being victimized. So now you can release all of the things that came with this victimhood, and you can create from this place. You know, that's what's heading your what's coming next, and to step into the 11th house and into the Pisces realm, to be in this spiritual place where you can bring your spirituality and the wisdom that comes with it, and your feeling into the spiritual world comes into your way of community. And we have our last card, that is the Star. That's about community as well. That's about the 11th house. That's about you gaining something really big. Gaining something that is gained because you held on to your light. You held on to your North Star. And you stepped into this hope that you can get this into this place. You can get what you long for. This was your North Star, leading you forwards through all of these experiences and patterns, and you will get it. Because where we started was this loving message of growth and love is heading your way. And it will bring this abundance, this wish fulfillment. This is the star wish fulfillment as well, right? It is heading your way. And it will lead to great abundance. And that's a thing. You know, this whole journey that is about this threshold and the big shift you are heading into. This is a year-long process, and I want to honor you for this, because that's not an easy thing for a fixed sign like Taurus to move into this spiritual path and to trust that this will lead to a greater abundance and this will lead to healing. I think you didn't know, but at one point you just felt so stuck that you knew that you had to break this pattern, that you have to break this tradition that came with your ancestry, that maybe the people in your lineage always acted this way, and you had to look into this and to figure it out for yourself. What is it that leads into these experiences that comes out of my hidden realms? And you did the job, because you had something, and that's what the star feels for me about too. You had something inside of you that knew you would find the answer. And that's where the intuition comes in, right? That's in your heart of hearts, that you felt that you can make it. And you do. That's beautiful, Taurus. That is so beautiful. And I'm really curious what kind of messages are on your way and what are leading into this big shift, into this reaching your solutions in the issues that you're heading right now, and stepping into the abundance that you will experience when you crossed this threshold. And now the cat comes in and confirms all of this. So that's, how lovely is this, Taurus? Yeah, so maybe she's a Taurus too. I don't know. So Taurus, thank you so much for being here and for allowing me to read to you, and for all of the beautiful stuff you do to support the channel, because I want to grow the channel, and that's what I am here to do. So thank you so much, and I see you soon. And now I see I forgot to give you a last card. And that's what I don't want to skip, because that's always something that is beautiful as well. So this is your last card, and there's a beautiful bull for the Taurean listeners. Uniquely you. The more we are willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we will need to eschew conditioning in favor for aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart and experience real joy. Wow. That sums up this reading really, really beautifully. Thank you, Taurus. The second time. I see you soon.